Welcome, welcome, welcome to this episode of Angels Don't Lie. I'm your host, Jeanne Street, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. So let's talk about quieting our minds, and let's talk about what this means for you and how it's going to serve you. This is what the angels have on tap for us today, so I know you're going to enjoy. Pull up a comfy chair, get yourself ready, and let's get going. So today I want to talk about quieting our mind. And I want to dive into the goddess principles a little bit because they're really, really effective for releasing trauma, releasing energy that no longer serves us. And that's really what we're doing as we're creating this new healthy foundation, is we're releasing stuff that doesn't serve us anymore. So no matter where you are in your life, and no matter where you are in your spiritual journey, this awakening process is meeting you where you're at. You're not meeting it, it's meeting you. And so wherever you are, you're not changing your vibrational rate. You're just ready to go to the next level. You're ready to release and to open up. And we can't begin to quiet our busy mind when we're focusing on, what am I thinking in meditation? This is the key, right? What's happening in my brain? Why won't these thoughts stop coming in? And what's for dinner? And what am I going to do over there? And I got to get this done. And so we get so busy in our brain, and we focus on the thoughts, or we focus on trying to stop the thoughts, and that becomes another point that takes us out of our meditation. So quieting our mind isn't about focusing on the thoughts and stopping them. Rather, the direction that we're going to go is inward, and we're going to put the focus, and we're going to use our breath to do this, on following the breath all the way into our body, holding it within, and letting it really start to marinate and be expansive within our physical body.
When she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie. Angels don't lie. Angels don't lie.
We're going to add the connection of using our eyesight and our internal eyesight to follow that breath inward. This is going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to bring the awareness away from the constant thoughts that are happening. It's going to bring us into our being and following our breath so it goes nice and slow. And it's going to give us this awareness of our energy within, because it's a little challenging. People are always trying to see colors or see something or pay attention to like a feeling. But this is going to get you just to be still. So when we talk about internal eyesight, it's very unique for each of us. So we all have the ability to see energy. We see it around people, whether we're realizing it or not, because we'll see someone and we'll either be like, oh my gosh, that person seems so wonderful. We'll get a sense of their energy. And this is us channeling through our senses. This is us beginning that conversation of energy before we even get to know someone. Same is true for us. We're going to use our senses, and the internal sense of sight lets us follow that energy inward, imagining, and this is where the yummy part is imagining color, imagining a feeling, imagining holding space for growth. That in itself is it. So we're so used to the physical world, tangible things, that's why we stay with those thoughts. And we're like, I can't see color. I'm not like you. I've heard that thousands and thousands of times. I'm not like you. But you don't have to be like me. You don't want to be like me. You want to be like you. And you can effortlessly do this when your direction, your guidance is inward and not outward. So the brain, when it's constantly chattering, is trying to bring us on the outside. It's bringing us to an outside projection, right? So this is Shmigo. Introduction, here he comes, Shmigo. And some of you know who this is, and some of you are new here, and that's great. And I'm so happy that you're here. Shmigo is who I describe in my Goddess You book as fear and ego together. And you have your own Shmigo guy. We all have our own voice within, and this voice is the voice that's going to take us away from love. This is the voice that's going to lead us away from the highest vibration, because Shmiko's job, and his one and only job in our life, is to keep us living in fear, away from love, as far away as he possibly can. And sometimes that's pretty far back. So this is past experiences. This is replaying moments in time. This is judging others or prejudging before something even happens. This is living constantly battling with ourselves. We're kind of going reverse on our wheel of life, and we're getting nowhere. It's like we can't get ahead. We're not financially stable. We may not even be healthy. We might be unable to make good decisions. And so we're kind of going in this, what I said, that backward motion, right? The back door, which is so cold, dark, and gloomy, rather than in the positivity and the present moment and the abundance that's available for us and the love that's available for us. Now, you might be saying, well, again, that's for other people. I don't seem to get out of my own way. I have bad luck. Black cat ran in front of me. I have bad luck. I broke a mirror. Like, you can tell me these things and I'm going to tell you, no, we're going to quiet your mind and we're going to change the direction in which you're looking. So you're not looking at the past, you're looking at the present, and you're looking at God, and that's the future. So when we change that directive, everything starts to change within us. And that becomes the stillness within. We start to recognize Shmiko's voice, which is the voice of fear, which is the voice of lack, of desperation. It's the voice of you can't. It's the voice of resistance. This is really powerful. We need to pay attention to this in this first day, or this first week of this experience, is because resistance is real. And when resistance comes in, it looks like it's going to take us away. It's going to give us an excuse why we shouldn't do it. It's going to list out those excuses. It's going to give you tangible things that are going to be like, nope, you don't have time in your life for this. This is not who you are. It's going to tell you all of these lies, and you're going to believe them because you're not going to want to get out of bed and do this meditation. You're going to want to do what you've been doing, but it's not going to bring you the change. It's not going to bring you into the vibrational energy that you want to be living in. It's not going to bring you more joy and more abundance. So here's where that conscious decision making that we spoke about in the last podcast came from, because when we make a conscious decision, we're aligning with our soul. We're aligning with truth, and we're dialed into a positive outcome. We are hopeful. We're building on that faith muscle again, because we're leaning into love now instead of away from it, right? And we're not living alone and isolated. We're living with possibility. Now, some people stay on the outside of God. They stay on the outside because it's about religion. It's about, well, I'm not that way, or I call in the universe. And I get you. I get you. But the possibility that there's more for you, the possibility that you have nothing to lose to lean into God and to let go and to practice what it might look like to have miracles in your life. And what I mean by that, by practice, it means we have to be willing to be open to those receptors, to those moments, those small little tones that can come through, to the big tones that happen where the miracles are amazing blessings. We have to be willing to participate with that energy. And that means we have to be vulnerable. We have to put our guard down. We have to put Shmigo on the side to say, I'm going to live in this moment. I know this resistance is from you, but I am going to make this conscious decision to live in alignment with my soul. And you can't stop me, because you don't rule the roost over here. Again, he's going to give you all these thoughts, all of the chaotic thoughts. So your job, your one and only job, is to come back to your heart center. And that's why we're going to spend a whole week on one energy center at a time and one principle. One of the goddess principles paired with one of your chakras. And this is going to really help to shift that vibration, to raise it, to up level that, so that you are dialed open to receive and just pour in more love into your life. Who doesn't have room for that in their life. So when you make this commitment, stand in it. That's your conscious decision. When resistance shows up, call it out. Tell it's a liar. You don't belong here. How are you going to know the difference? Well, you can go get the book. You can easily just look at it and say, does this feel in the vibration of love? Because love feels like possibility. It feels like hope. It feels like something forward. It feels like a promise coming. It feels like a miracle. It feels yummy. If it feels like failure, if it feels like letdown, if it feels like giving in or just scary or unsettled, if it feels like anxious or depressing, it's fear. Anything that's going to lead you away from that good, that positive, that's going to be fear. That's how we tell the difference. It's a vibration. So hold it in your hands, feel it, write it down before you walk away from it. Trust that love has you every second of the day if you allow it. So let's talk about today about what it might look like for you to call on your angels to not only do this prayer and this mudra and a mantra that we are doing in this 40-day challenge, and have your team of angels with you to know that you are fully supported, even if you can't see them or feel them yet. What if you were to participate with possibility, with the excitement of, yeah, this is for me. Like the angels want this for me. God wants this for me. And while I'm welcoming God in, I'm going to welcome in my team of angels to further support, to further bring positive energy and these synchronistic events that are going to fill my life with more joy and more love. So I want you to decide, does that sound like fun? And can you call on your team of angels and just be open to receiving? What does that look like? It looks like letting your guard down. It just looks like having a conversation into the air. Like, it just looks like, okay, I'm ready. I'm ready, God. I'm ready to have more. And I don't know what your angels look like. I don't know what my angels look like. I know that you can provide so much more love, and I'm ready to receive that. And so today I'm opening. Today I'm willing to open my heart center just a little more, to trust that you have me, and I'm going to have that come into my life. And maybe you are one that needs a sign, and that's fine. God knows us. He knows our truth, and he knows that you might have trust issues. He knows that maybe you've been hurt so much or that you're uncertain about this. And so you can ask very gently and let him know, I'm feeling needy. I'm feeling like a sign is really going to support me. And so I'm going to ask you to decide what your sign is, to actually acknowledge a sign, to say, I would really like a penny from heaven. I would like a hawk to fly overhead. I would love a butterfly. Whatever your sign is, I want you to own it and write it down. And I want you to just gift it and just put it out into the air and let it go. And then I want you to be willing to receive it. So while we might say, I need a penny from heaven, you may not get a physical penny, but you might see, you might go to the gas pump and it might be like $20.01. And that penny might come through in a different way than what you're imagining. So as long as you're open to receiving your sign in any way, shape, or form that God is going to send it, well, it's going to come to you. And your angels are going to provide this. So I want you to know that. And then I want you to acknowledge your angels and say, thank you, angels. Thank you, God, for sending me these angels. And I know you're going to support me. And here's where my trouble is. So when you are noticing resistance, when you're noticing I'm slacking or I can't get this meditation done or whatever, I want you to call in your angels for that support. Like, I need a little boost. I need a little love. Can you help me? Will you lead me and guide me in the direction of love? Can you help to separate all that dark stuff that I feel, that worry, that fear, or that shame? Can you help me to take that away? How about this? How about if there's a judgmental person in your life that's living under your roof that's challenging you and saying you're crazy or this isn't good? Maybe you call on your angels for a little buffer so they soften, and so you don't have to have a disagreement or an argument. Rather, Let them see and know that this is serving the highest and best good. Remove that toxicity from me and protect me so I can do this practice safely and calmly. Ask and you shall receive, my friend. So when we learn to quiet the mind, it doesn't mean that we're going to stop those thoughts. It means that we're allowing ourselves to drop inward. We're hearing the voice within. And this is where we're going to find God. This is where you're going to find that true wisdom that is within you. Quieting our mind begins at the lower root chakra, which is the space that is we're standing in, right? Our place here on earth. And this is located in the soles of our feet. And why we're going to do this is because when we're not standing in our true path, we are standing in energy that doesn't make sense. We are standing in chaos or uncertainty or doubt or shame or just confusion. And so we're going to start here and we're going to open up that lower root chakra and we're going to really start to process energy through here. Again, aligning with our heart because it's the seed of our soul, drawing the nutrients up that is our place here on earth, claiming it and owning it, and really just starting to meld with, I'm owning this place here on earth in a gentle, easeful way. And this is going to help you and support you in feeling confident in what you're thinking, in what you're speaking, and in what you're doing. We'll draw up the energy that you are meant to be in instead of all the chaos, all the crazy, all around stuff. So quieting the mind in the lower root, quieting the mind and bringing it into that space of, I'm safe. I'm absolutely safe.
Angel Loves. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Angels Don't Lie with your host, Jeanne Street, God-based medium, healer, and author. Whether you have been listening since the beginning or have just recently tuned in, Jeanne wants to welcome you to this sacred community for spiritually aligned souls. We will be getting back to today's podcast in just a moment. But if you are leaning into your spiritual and divine path, please know that you are not alone. If you are looking for more co-creation and more of a group experience in your prayers, spiritual practice, and beyond, we invite you to check out Jeanne's online group called Soulshine. This group meets on the first and third Tuesday of every month and allows Jeanne an opportunity to channel healing and messages from the heavenly realm to support you with up-leveling and energizing your life. You will be joined by other like-minded souls looking to heal their blocks and stay in alignment with high vibrational spiritual habits and practices that further expand your gifts and talents. When life brings the unexpected and chaos tries to derail your serenity, it's easy to fall off track with the daily habits that keep you connected to your inner knowing. This is when you find yourself slingshot backwards in your overall growth. Your energy can feel like a yo-yo, bouncing up and down, and you end up reverting back to old patterns of behavior instead of staying anchored in your soul's truth and intentional, newly established form. In Soulshine, you will also have continued support and guidance to become grounded in clarity, to best show up for your life and divinely serve others. The goal of the group is to support you to shine your loving, gifted, and talented soul as brightly and consistently as possible. This is an intimate experience, not a course or training that will leave you feeling lost or unsupported while having to fend for yourself. Rather, it provides a sacred space where Jeanne will be holding and supporting you with divine love as you spread your wings with confidence and ease. To learn more about this group, visit Jeanne Street, that's JeanneStreet.com, and click on events. Again, that's JeanneStreet.com and click on events. The group is called Soulshine. We look forward to seeing you there.
I hope this serves you today, and I do hope that you have joined the 40-day challenge. Please let me know how your meditation's going. I want to know. I want to support you. I don't want you to feel alone or unsupported at all. And I do have a free group on Facebook as well, the Angels Don't Lie Facebook group. Come on over there. We're doing some extra resources and showing up a little bit more inside that group to really help you go through this journey, this awakening journey, which is going to really transform and transcend your life in a positive way. I hope you have a most beautiful, beautiful day. And thank you so much for tuning in. May God bless you and keep you. And you know, I know what I know, because angels don't lie.
When she smiles at you, she'll say, angels don't lie.